So it is 6:50. I set my alarm for 6:45 today. Today I'm going to get my first mammogram. Pretty nervous about it. I had a hard time falling asleep. So now I'm tired. I'm not ready to get up, but gotta do it. I want to be leaving my house around 7:30, so I need to get in the shower and get going. So they said no lotion or deodorant or perfume for the mammogram. So it reminds me of IVF. It was not supposed to have any lotion or perfume or deodorant for the IVF or the transfers. And the funny thing is, the time that I forgot and I put on my normal, body products was the time that my transfer was successful. It resulted in baby joy chaser. So, but anyway, I'm gonna follow the instructions today. So, just trying to get myself together. All right, headed to the shower. Okay, guys, finally out of the house. I'm already like 10 minutes behind schedule. But the good thing is I built in like an extra almost half hour because I've learned that things never go exactly how you think they're gonna go when you're trying to be somewhere on time.
Has lost virtually every loss.
So got my shower and everything. Of course, my stomach started bothering me, which is whenever I'm nervous about something, that's the first place physically that I feel it is in my stomach and stuff. So that made things take a little longer without giving you guys TMI. But oh my gosh, my skin is so dry. So I brought in my purse my deodorant, my lotion, and my face moisturizer so I can put it on when I'm done. And I shaved my underarms this morning because of the weather. It's been cool, so I haven't been wearing tank tops and stuff, so I haven't shaved under my arms for a while. So I can't put on deodorant, so let me at least try to get rid of this hair. It's funny the things you think about. I'm sure the technicians or nurses, whoever do the mammograms, probably could care less about somebody's underarm hair, but I don't want to be smelly. I shouldn't be this quick, but just I did knowing you didn't put deodorant on. But so my niece is gonna take care of baby joy chaser this morning. I told her I wasn't gonna put out his breakfast, but I told her what to do, but then I ended up doing it anyway. And then I fed the cats, which I had almost forgot to do, but I know they would then be harassing her, and I don't want to make it more complicated for her than need be. So but now I'm on my way. Okay, guys, finally out of the house. I'm already like 10 minutes behind schedule. But the good thing is I built in like an extra almost half hour because I've learned that things never go exactly how you think they're gonna go when you're trying to be somewhere on time.
Has lost virtually every loss.
So got my shower and everything. Of course, my stomach started bothering me, which is whenever I'm nervous about something, that's the first place physically that I feel it is in my like stomach and stuff. So that took made things take a little longer without giving you guys TMI. But oh my gosh, my skin is so dry. So I brought in my purse my deodorant, my lotion, and my face moisturizer so I can put it on when I'm done. And I shaved my underarms this morning because of the weather. You know, it's been cool, so I haven't been wearing tank tops and stuff, so I haven't shaved under my arms for a while. So I can't put on deodorant. So let me at least try to get rid of this hair. It's funny the things you think about. I'm sure the technicians or nurses, whoever do the mammograms, probably could care less about somebody's underarm hair, but I don't want to be smelly. You know, I shouldn't be this quick, but just I did knowing you didn't put deodorant on. But so my niece is gonna take care of baby Julie Chaser this morning. I told her I wasn't gonna put out his breakfast, but I told her what to do, but then I ended up doing it anyway. And then I fed the cats, which I had almost forgot to do, but I know they would then be harassing her, and I don't want to make it more complicated for her than need be. So but now I'm on my way. Okay guys, so I'm here. The problem is there are several different buildings here. This is the same little, I'll call it a medical, it's almost like a medical strip mall that I came to for my OB. But I didn't write down which suites. I don't know which building, so I think I'm gonna go in the gynecologist OB office and hopefully they'll know where I'm supposed to go, because of course I don't have a phone number with me because I had it written on a piece of paper that I haven't seen since I made the appointment. I know, very smart. So but I'm about 20 minutes early still, so figure out where I'm supposed to be.
And you've never had a breast ultrasound before, breast MRI?
Nope.
Any chance you could be pregnant today?
No.
And when was the date of your last period?
2 days before Thanksgiving, whatever date that was, like the 24th, maybe?
Yes, that is it. Any family history of breast cancer?
No.
No family history. You've never been diagnosed with breast cancer? You've never had any surgeries or biopsies of your breast before?
No.
Great. And you don't have any new lumps or discharge or changes in your breast?
No.
Do you currently have an insulin pump for diabetes?
No.
And are you taking any birth control pills or hormone replacement therapy?
No.
And do you feel safe at home?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to have you sign the bottom of this form. I'm just going to wipe off a pen for you. And then I'll explain everything to you. There you go. I'm going to wipe the machine down while you do that. This is our machine. So what we do is we do a routine 4 pictures of your breasts.
Okay.
We'll do a frontal view for each breast and then a side view for each breast. So that way the radiologist can see your breasts in 2 different views.
Okay.
What you do is, let me just grab some gloves here. We'll bring your breast tissue onto this plate here, and then I use these things on the bottom to kind of control the machine. Go up and down as we need to adjust to your height. Once I position your breast tissue on here, this is the compression paddle. Okay, this is what you've heard horror stories about. This is what comes down to compress your breast. The reason we have to do that is because there's so much tissue and different things inside your breast that we need to differentiate what things are, and it's just jumbled up in one small area, so we have to spread it out. So that way the radiologist can see what everything is. If it's not spread out, it's very hard to tell. So I have to compress you enough that they're not going to call you back for some additional pictures and say, oh, there wasn't enough compression, call her back. You don't want that to happen. So that's about it. If I have to do any extra pictures, I'm going to do them today. If I think, oh, I can get a better picture, or if there's like a skin fold. Sometimes if your breasts are large, they may not fit all in one picture. They have to do two. So it never means anything's wrong if I have to do extras, okay? I'm not the one reading the mammogram. I just know what anatomy and the correct positioning the radiologist wants to see. And that's about it. I don't know why there's larges in this. Someone's playing a prank on me. So yeah, so that's it. Any questions for me?
For how long? So if everything is fine, do they tell you that everything is fine?
Not today. So this will get read. It's not going to get read today. Anybody who's here for a routine annual, it doesn't get read same day. So it gets read over the next week or so. Once they read it, if they determine that everything looks fine, you're going to get a letter in the mail that comes in the next like 10 to 14 business days that says everything looked fine. This is what we saw. They'll tell you your breast density in there, and they'll say you come back in 1 year for your annual. If they see something and want you to come back for some additional follow-ups, for just to kind of look into anything in particular, you're going to get an automated call from one of our schedulers. And your doctor will also get the report as well. Some doctors will call you even before we call you. But some doctors don't call. Kind of depends on who your doctor is. You should get an automated call from our schedulers. You'll also get a letter in the mail as well. You're going to get a letter either way. In the letter, it will say you need to have some, your mammogram is abnormal, you need to have some additional follow-up. And they'll leave a number for you as well. So you'll get a call and a letter if they want you to come back. If they don't want you to come back and everything looks good, you'll just get that letter. That's it. And you'll get your results in like the next week and a half or so. Alright? Feels around your waist, and you put it in the cancer pregnancy bed. Let me show you. Kind of just lift it down for me in the front. I'm going to have you hold this up here. Hold this up a little bit higher. There we go. And I'm going to wrap you up, so you're going to turn this way. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Let me know if this is too tight. Good? Okay, so we're going to start with your right breast first. I'm going to have you untie your gown and slip your right arm all the way up. Lots of pulling, okay? I want to make sure I get your breast in there. What I want you to do is kind of relax your arms down, relax your shoulders and your chest. The more relaxed your chest is, the more I can kind of get you in there a little bit. Just raise up a little bit more. It's going to feel a little high. That shoulder down. Pressure's coming down, okay? You're going to feel right up against your chest wall. That's what we want. You're going to get all the way to the back. How are you doing, okay? Pull this down. So lift this breast up. That gets you in a little bit closer in the middle here. How you doing, okay? Okay, so just like that. Don't move, don't breathe. Breathe. How you doing? Good. You can cover up. That's one down. We're going to do the left side now. So your left arm's going to come out. Perfect. Straight on in, and you're going to look over here on this side. Great. Lots of pulling again. This is going to swing around. So what's going to happen is the side of your chest, you're going to bring up here. So all this right where my hand is, going to come right up to the border. Good. You're going to hold it there. You got it. You're going to hold right here, a little handle. I'm going to be turning towards the machine for me. So turn your hips in. Good. I'm going to adjust your shoulder. Great. Leaning you in there. Put that a little bit more. Side ones tend to hurt a little bit more, okay? I'm going to have you hold this other breast back for me. Alright, so right there, and just keep your chin back for me. Don't move, don't breathe. Breathe. Let me just check that one. Good. All right, the left side's done. One more on the right side. This is going to swing around this way. All right, and the side of your chest is coming right up here. Good. Got it. I'm going to adjust the shoulder. Perfect. Turn it a little bit. Sorry. Don't move, don't breathe. Breathe, you're all done. Beautiful. You survived your first mammogram. I'll take that skirt from you. You don't want to go home with that. All right, so no worries, I can get it. Oh, thank you. All right. So what'll happen is, like I said, a radiologist will take a look at this.
Okay, guys. So it's over. I don't know how much of the audio I was able to pick up. I had put my phone in my purse. So in the locker room, I was saying, I was mouthing that I was nervous. So they had me go in the locker room, remove my shirt and bra. They gave me a gown to put on. This gown they gave me was huge. Like, I know I'm a plus size woman. But my goodness, it had to be for someone at least a couple 100 pounds more than me. It was just funny how much material there was in that gown, but that's better than it being too small, right? So then by the time I finished changing or taking off my shirt and bra, they were calling me already. So I went back and they verified my info. They did a questionnaire where they asked about my breast health history, like any previous ultrasounds or imaging on my breast in the past, which I had none. It was like several questions. I can't remember what they all were. Hopefully you guys could hear. I have to go and look back at the recording to see. And then I always find it interesting. They always ask, do you feel safe at home? I've noticed that over the last few years at different doctor's appointments, them asking, do you feel safe at home? I wonder, thinking that has to do with maybe improved screenings for domestic violence, maybe. So then I wish I could have took video of the machine and stuff, but it was already awkward and nervous enough without me trying to convince them to let me record. But it's like a huge machine in the middle of the room, with trays on it, right? Plastic trays. And then they have you, so she explained that they were going to take 2 images, a front view and a side view of the breast, and of each breast. So that she positioned me in the machine, and then the machine could go up and down to just for your height, and then they put your breasts on a tray, and they're plastic trays, which stood out in my mind because it must have been my mom or somebody, you know, obviously older. Probably was my mom. I don't think I ever talked about mammograms with anyone else. Unless I heard it on TV. So it was either my mom or somewhere on TV was saying how they squeeze your breast between these metal plates. So these plates were, this tray was plastic, and then the clamped part that comes down was plastic. And she put on a new tray for me. So I don't know. It looked like a bigger tray. So I don't know if she adjusts the tray by breast size or if they are swapping out the trays for each person. But it appeared to be a new tray for me. And then once they get your good height, then she like tells you to position a certain way, and she's like tugging and pulling on like your breasts to get it exactly how they want it on the tray. And then the things clamp down, and it does hurt, but not a lot. I would say it's like extremely uncomfortable, not quite painful, but very, very uncomfortable. But then what I wasn't expecting, because then she was like, okay, don't breathe. So had I known I was going to hold my breath, I would have taken a deep breath first. She should have said deep breath and hold it. But she just was like, don't breathe. And then the machine rotates around. Oh, I'm sorry. After the clamps come down, then she manually makes it tighter. So quite uncomfortable. And then she did the how do I want to say it? Me standing straight with the clamps on the front, okay? Of both breasts. Then she had me turn to the side, and I guess this is where they got the side view. So she positioned me, and I had to put my arm hold onto this thing, and that was more painful because it was more squishing of the boob. Again, not to the point of pain where but to the point of like, oh, like this is really uncomfortable. And then when I changed my shirt, I could see like red lines on each side that were from the clamps. But I'm sure it's like the lines that will probably be gone by the time I get home, not the type that would leave a bruise. So it was pretty quick. I think it was, I have to go back and look at the recording. I think it was less than 10 minutes, and that was with my questions. So my question basically was, will they call me to tell me that everything is okay? She said that since I'm best there for routine, they would not look at my images today. They'll look at them over the next couple of days, and then if everything is okay, I'll just get a letter. The results will also go to my primary, and she said sometimes the primaries will call and say everything's okay. She said if there's anything that's abnormal where they want to see me again, then they will call. It'll be an automated call saying that I need to contact them. And I'll still get a letter that'll also say you need to contact us for further. So it's over. It was quick. The dressing room area was nice. It seems like they tried to not make it as clinical. Even the hallway area and whatnot. So I did end up going to the wrong building. But I realized that as I was going towards the OB building, I could see on the sign that it didn't say anything about breast or imaging or anything. And then I saw one of the other buildings said like MRI, CT imaging. So I said, well, a mammogram is an imaging, so maybe it's there. So I went there, stood in the line, finally got to me, and I was in the wrong line, but I was in the right building. And they just said, oh, go down the hall right there. So you think they need to really have these things spelled out more. You know, you don't necessarily know where you're going. But at least, like I said, I was early. So by the time I actually got there for my appointment, I think I was right on time because they called me back quickly. So the things that I was trying to make sure I didn't forget this morning were my mask and the prescription, right? Which is just the paper. And I remember those two things. So one thing that never occurred to me that I would need, luckily I had it, was so when I moved, you know, I had to update my driver's license, and I don't know, I think I did this pre-COVID. I think I did that pre-COVID. But I don't know if they're just doing it to save money, but basically they just give you a piece of paper, like a printout. And I think I printed it out myself, that just says, like, here's the right address that you're supposed to present with your driver's license whenever you have to show your ID. I forgot all about that paper, so I'm giving her my license and everything, and she's asking me to reconfirm my address. And so when I do, then she's like, oh, well, do you have the paper? So I was like, oh crap. So luckily I did have it in my wallet, because I have not thought about that paper since I first put it in there. So so that was the only kind of like surprise. So now we wait. I guess when I get my paper, I'm gonna speak positively, that when I get my paper, not my phone call, when I get a paper saying that everything is fine, I'll add it to the end of this video. And if I get a call, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be just they want a better picture, since it's my first time. Like my coworker advised me from the beginning, so I'm gonna try not to let my anxieties get the best of me. But it's over now for the moment, so now we wait. Okay, yes, I'll add the letter to the end of this video, probably in like, hopefully it'll be within a week. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm sharing this because I want to encourage you all to get your mammograms when you're supposed to. Go get your baselines and go get your checkups regularly. Even though it's scary, sometimes we got to do scary stuff, but we can do hard things, right? Especially if you're watching this because you're on an infertility journey, or you're a single mom by choice, and that's how you discover my channel. You know firsthand we can do hard things. So go get your mammograms and stuff when you're supposed to. Alrighty, bye for now, or say ta-ta for now, right? You get it? Ta-ta, like tatas. Yeah, there's a reason I'm not a comedian. All right, bye guys. Hey guys, so it has been 9 days since my mammogram, and I got my letter today. Good news. It says, Dear Miss ARHartie, we are pleased to inform you that the results of your mammogram and or breast ultrasound examination is normal, benign, not cancer. Your breast tissue is not dense. Your breast density is category A, which means your breasts are almost entirely fatty with less than 25% granular tissue. Assessment of breast density may vary from year to year. Thank you for the flower. Baby Joy Chaser gave me a flower. We're hanging out in the backyard right now. So I feel relieved to have gotten my letter. And it's funny because it came today, and I think today might have been the first, no, it's the second day that I actually didn't think about it, and it finally came. So I'm curious about this category A with fatty, with the breasts being almost entirely fatty and less than 25% granular tissue. From reading the rest of the letter, it makes it seem like mammograms are easier to read when you don't have dense tissue. So that's good for, I guess, the confidence I can have in the mammogram. But I'm curious because if it's less than 25% glandular tissue, I wonder if that had any impact on me having a hard time producing enough breast milk for baby Joy Chaser when he was small. So I'm going to look into that. But anyway, ending the vlog now, a week and 2 days later, just to let you guys know, good news from my mammogram. Overall, it was a positive experience, and hope that this vlog reminds you all to get your mammogram when you're 40 or sooner if you have health risk or family risk factors. That's what I want to say. If you have familiar risk factors. So everybody stay healthy, and I guess you should still do your monthly breast exams. It's best to do them the same time every month, because as women we have all these hormonal fluctuations throughout the month that can change how the breasts feel. So you're supposed to pick around the same time each month to do it. I'm guilty of not doing it every month, but I know I need to get better. But anyway, here's to good breast health, everyone. Bye.